Guess what time it is? As promised, it is time for us to take out these locks. Y'all, I made it a whole month. I am so proud of myself because, baby, the way I almost took them out day 3, but we made it. So let's get into this video and take down these locks. What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Christian Danielle, aka Mrs. Always Into Something. And in today's video, we are getting into some hair, some things. I am going to be showing you guys how to take out those locks that we put in the beginning of February. I'm going to be showing you guys how to take them down because in the video that I made when I showed you guys how I put these locks in, I did tell you I was going to make a video showing you guys how to take them out. And we've arrived. It is time, so let's get this thing together. I do have them up in like a little bun right now because I only have a few locks in. I pretty much took out all of my locks already. You see this ponytail real thin. I took out the majority of them already off camera, and I only have these ones on the top here. Here's what my hair was looking like when I first put these locks in. As you can see, super cute, super full, very long. It just looked so like uniformly ununiformed, and I love that about these. The only thing that I did different from this clip, about 3 days later, I did take a few of the locks out. This is what my hair was looking like after I took out some of the locks in the front and some in the middle. Like I said, it was about 3 days and I couldn't do it no more. The locks were kinds of heavy. If I choose to do this hairstyle again, I am definitely making my parts bigger, and I'm not going to add so many locks. I feel like it was so heavy because I just had so many locks. It was just too heavy for me. It was too heavy for my head. It was cute, but it was heavy. Whatever the case may be, it was a cute hairstyle, but now it's time to move on to the next. So, like I just said, off camera, I did take out the majority of our locks already. I just have like a few left in the front, probably about maybe 6, maybe 7. So when it comes to taking down your locks, how you take them out is going to be based upon how they were put in, what you plan to do with the crochet lock after, and how long you left the lock in. So for me, y'all know I've had these locks in for probably roughly a month. Roughly 4 weeks, roughly a month. So it's going to be fairly easy for me to take these locks out. That is literally no time for these to, severely tangle or lock up or anything like that. So it's going to be fairly easy for me to take out. Like I said in my other video when I showed you guys how to put these in, protective styles, especially a style like this, needs to be taken out 6 to 8 weeks. I recommend 6 to 8 weeks. You need to move on to the next style, take it all out, redo it. Some people leave their hair in longer than others, but that's based upon you. But just know, once you pass that 8-week mark, any protective style, any braided style, any weave style, any sewn down wig style, any protective style, especially locks, if you leave it in longer than 6 to 8 weeks, there is a chance that you can compromise your hair. If your locks have been in longer than the 6 to 8 week mark, there may be, some difficulty getting them out. So this video is based upon that 4, 6, 8 week time frame window. So anything after the 8-week mark, this method might not work for you to take your locks out. Just letting you guys know that in advance. So because I haven't had these in long, it's definitely probably going to be very easy to get them out. Secondly, how they were put in. How they were put in is definitely going to matter on how you take them out. There are so many different ways that you can install locks. I'm taking these out for the way that I put them in. When I was deciding on this hairstyle, I did watch several YouTube videos on how to put it in. Everybody put theirs in differently, but me, y'all know that I had my hair already braided, and what I did was braid the crochet leg into the braid. Then I wrapped it all the way down, pulling little strands of the bulk hair through. That's how I did mine. Now, we're gonna take ours out the exact opposite way that we put them in. Now, the very last thing that matters is what are you gonna do with that lock when you take it out? If your intentions are to reuse that lock, of course, you're going to have to take it out differently than what I'm showing you. I am not reusing these locks. Once I take these out, I'm gonna just buy a whole new pack. It wasn't that much money for me to be like, oh my gosh, I need to save these. These locks, I believe I paid like maybe $25, $30 for like 2 or 3 packs. And I only used like, I think 2. I think I only got 2. I don't remember. But it was only $25, $30. I can spend another $25, $30 to get some new ones. And whenever I do any style anyway, I like to have new hair. I don't like to reuse any type of synthetic hair. I just like to start over fresh. So I'm not going to try to be saving my locks. But if you are trying to save your locks to reuse again, wash and reuse, then you're going to have to take them out differently than I am. So with all of that being said, let's get into taking out the rest of these locks. And the tools that you're going to need to take them out is not many. All I'm using to take out these locks are some detangling spray. This is the coconut milk, the Cream of Nature coconut milk detangling leave-in conditioner. I'm going to be using this just to give it a little bit of slip. And then I have some scissors. These are the only 2 things that I am going to need to take out these locks. So let's take them out. So first, we're just going to move all the rest of this excess hair out of the way. And y'all, my head feels so good and so light. I don't think I'm ever getting another style that's heavy. My next style probably is going to be a little bit heavy because if you've seen the hair, then you know what I'm doing. But even then, I don't think that's going to be as heavy as these locks were because the other hair that I'm using is human hair. I did do an unboxing of the hair that I have coming up. If you want to see that video, I'll link it down in the description box so you can see it. I got the YWigs, the crochet hair on the string. So we're going to see how that hair holds up. I'm probably going to put that hair in. I don't know when I'm going to put that hair in. I'm going to start working on my hair next week. Now, is it going to be all the way in by next week? Y'all know how I do. Y'all know how I do, okay? Like, I ain't even gonna say nothing. If you don't know, you gotta go back and watch the video so you know how I do, okay? But yes, we are gonna be doing a braided style. Again, I'm gonna have braids for the rest of the year. So I am gonna be doing a braided style with that crochet human hair, but I'm not going to crochet it in like everybody else is doing. I'm gonna try to braid it in. So we're just gonna see how that comes out. So stay tuned, subscribe, all of that if you want to see what my hair is going to look like on the next go around. I have a feeling though it's going to come out cute because you know how your girl does, okay? I knows what I'm doing, at least when it comes to my hair, okay? But anyways, let's go ahead and take this lock out. So like I said, you're going to need some detangling conditioner. It does not matter if it's this brand, another brand, no matter. As long as it's something that's going to give it like a slip, like help the lock loosen up just a little bit. So back on the lines of how your locks were put in, everybody's hand and heaviness to the hand game is different. So if you had somebody put your locks in and they twisted it extremely tight, it's going to be a little bit harder for you to take them out. Me, when I wrapped my locks, I didn't wrap them that tight. I wrapped some of them kind of a little bit tight, but they weren't so tight that like my actual braid would not peek out. My braids were peeking out on some of the locks and that was okay with me. I didn't care. So that is going to matter when it comes time to take them out. So we're just going to continue to spray down the lock. We're going to get it kind of saturated. And then all I'm going to do is hold it at the top and I'm going to twist the lock the opposite direction that I twisted it in. So I'm going to twist the lock in the opposite twisted direction, right? And once you do that, it loosens up all of that hair. And now you'll have 3 separate pieces. Here we have my real hair that's in the braid right here. Then we have the lock that's right here. And we have the piece of hair that we use to wrap the lock and our real hair together. So I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut the wraparound hair like that. And when you do that, all you do is unwrap the little wraparound hair from the lock. Just like this. Now, you don't have to unwrap all of it off of the bottom if you are not trying to save these locks. I just did it for demonstration purposes, but in the next ones that you see me take out, I'm not going to be unwrapping the hair from the bottom of the lock. I'm just going to pull out my braid like this from the hair to kind of get it to fall apart from this lock. And then I'm just going to unwrap the wraparound hair just like this from the bottom to the top. So unwrap it, and then when you get to the top, you'll just pull it out just like that. Throw that hair away. And now you have the lock and your braid. And as you can see, this is how we braided it in. Remember, I braided one leg through the loop of the lock and just continue braiding down. So we have our lock that's hanging from our braid. Now, I am not going to be saving these locks, so I just put my finger through the loop of the crochet hair, and we're going to cut one side and pull out the lock like that. If you were trying to save this lock to use for another time, instead of cutting the loop, you're just going to unbraid it until you get to the lock and pull the lock out. So let me show you guys again. Grab a lock, and we're going to take our detangler. We're going to spray it down, get it kind of saturated, and then kind of work in the detangler. And then we're going to hold the top and twist in the opposite direction of which the twist is going. When you do that, it'll separate it into 3 pieces. See the 3 pieces? This is my braid, so I'm gonna, if I can pull it, I'm gonna pull. This is my braid with my hair in it. Then this is the lock, and this is the piece of hair that we use to wrap. So we're gonna cut the wrap piece. Then we're going to unravel the top, unravel, and then pull the hair out like that. Throw that away. And now we have our lock that's hanging from our braided hair. If you wanted to save this lock, then you're just going to unbraid your braid all the way till you get to the lock and slide the lock right off. So we'll just do an example. I'm going to cut this because this is the bulk hair that I added to the ends. It's not my real hair on the tips. I'm just going to unbraid it. Once you get to where the lock piece is at, you would just slide the lock off just like that, and you still have your loop. And if you wanted to reuse this, you could. But we're not reusing this. We buying new hair over here, okay? And I will show you guys one last time. You know, I always show you guys how to do things 3 times. And if you don't got it by the 3rd time, just rewind the video, okay? So I'm going to take out another one of these locks. Boom. We're going to take our spray, spray it down. We're going to hold and twist the opposite direction until we can feel the hair separated. We have the hair that we wrapped around. We have our braid with our real hair mixed in, and we have the lock. You're going to take the hair that you wrapped around, not the braid or the lock. You're going to take the hair that you wrapped around both the braid and the lock, and you're going to cut it. Then you are going to unravel and you're going to just pull the hair out, because remember we crocheted the wraparound hair at the top. You'll just pull it and it'll come right out. throw that to the side. Then you're going to pull your braid, because there's probably still some hair on the bottom for where we didn't unravel it. You're gonna pull your braid out until you can see your original braid and the lock hanging from the braid. Then you're gonna stick your finger in between the loop, separate the loop of the crochet hair, and cut one side of the loop, and you can pull the lock right off. We have our braid back, and boom, we have all of our locks out now. Now all we would have to do is cut off the little pieces of bulk hair. I'm just gonna cut off the pieces of the bulk hair that I used at the root like that. And as you can see, this hair, I am super happy to be using human hair on this next go around, because this hair got tangled so quick. But because of the style of this hair, it didn't really look like it was tangled. It still looked like it was doing a little something. But I went around, cut off all like the little bulk pieces that I crocheted in at the root. It doesn't matter if there's still like little pieces in there. As you take out your braids, once you take them out, those pieces will just slide out with it. But yeah, that's it. That's how you get your locks out. Now the next step is just to take your braids down, but y'all know how I do. Y'all know how I do. It's gonna take me about 2 weeks for me to take this down, because this is low-key a little look right here. I did my part for today. I ain't taking nothing else out. Look at this. This is still a whole little look. Even though my hair is grown out at the root, we could do a little something like this. We could do a little something like this. For the time being, just fix these little edges up. Yeah, that's what we about to do. So I'm probably about to have this for maybe like a week or so. Then I'm gonna take my braids out, wash my hair, and then start my new process of my new hairstyle. So like I said, y'all just gotta stick and stay around for that. Subscribe to my channel so y'all will see when I have my new hairstyle with my YWigs crochet hair. If you want to check out the hair, like I said, it'll be down in the description box. And if you want to stay tuned for my next hair video, go ahead, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend. For now, subscribe. And for now, we about to have this under the locks hairstyle for another couple of days. I might even just fix these little braids around the perimeter and we're gonna call it a day. Just ghetto. But we gotta do what we gotta do, because ain't nobody trying to do their hair all day. Sometimes we gotta do our hair all day, but it ain't gonna be today. Because we done for today. Thank you guys once again for watching. Bye.